Welcome back to Reflect Politics. My name is Brendan Plank. Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, the man leading the Republican Party in the House of Representatives, decided that he was going to call for the violent torture of Gavin Newsom today during a press briefing.
The president said, possibly in jest, that if you were Tom Homan, you would arrest Gavin Newsom. Do you believe that Newsom should face consequences in a legal way?
That's not my lane. I'm not going to give you legal analysis on whether Gavin Newsom should be arrested, but he ought to be tarred and feathered. I'll say that. I mean, look, he's standing in the way of the administration and the carrying out of federal law. Right? He is applauding the bad guys and standing in the way of the good guys. He is trying to. He's a participant, an accomplice in our federal law enforcement agents being not just disrespected but assaulted. This is a serious problem, and the governor is now filing a lawsuit against the president. What a joke. Do your job, man. That's what I tell Gavin Newsom. Do your job. Stop working on your rebranding and be a governor. Stand up for the rule of law. He's not doing that. So I don't know what the ultimate measure will be there, but I know that in the interim time, the president of the United States is showing real leadership, and we're not going to allow LA to burn. We've seen this movie before, right? This thing gets out of hand real quickly, especially in a big city like that. And if local and state officials are unwilling or unable to do their job, the president of the United States will do his, and we support that fully.
Johnson says it's not his lane to justify Gavin Newsom's arrest, something which Donald Trump has called for in the past 24 hours. But it is his lane to justify why Gavin Newsom should be tarred and feathered, why the opposition party's governor of California should be violently tortured during a time of crisis. This is coming from the guy who claims to be a Christian, claims to be a God-fearing man, actually claimed that God spoke to him before he took the Speaker of the House position, told him he was going to need to lead. And then Mike Johnson reminds us that these guys, they're the evil ones. They're the violent ones. As he tries to claim that Gavin Newsom is the violent one creating all the chaos, he calls for his violent torture. Like Mike Johnson here, being the complete idiot that he is, just says it out loud. No. We're the ones creating chaos. We'll send in the National Guard without the governor's approval, and then we'll call for him to be tarred and feathered because we're evil. We're violent. That's what we are. That's who we are. We carry around that badge of Christianity and faith and religion as a cover for our evil ways. That's just what it is, flat out. Now, one last thing about Mike Johnson's insane comments today. He attacked Gavin Newsom for not doing his job and instead suing Donald Trump. But that lawsuit is the job for Gavin Newsom, protecting the sovereignty of California. Now, that lawsuit is going to slap down Donald Trump's order to place federal troops in California. And when that happens, Mike Johnson is then going to attack the courts and the judges and Democrats. It's, again, all the Democrats' fault whenever the courts tell Donald Trump that he's behaving unconstitutionally, that he's behaving like an authoritarian fascist. And it's rinse and repeat with these guys. That's their strategy. Every time the courts slap down Donald Trump. There's somehow this cabal, a secret underpinning of Democrats working with the courts, working with Trump appointed judges, Republican appointed judges to stop Donald Trump's behavior. Again, never take responsibility, never take ownership, despite them being the ones who are creating chaos, who are calling for violence at a time when violence is getting ramped up. Just a failure across the board in terms of leadership from Donald Trump, his cabinet, and Republicans in Congress. Let me know what your reflections are down in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to Reflect Politics if you're new. Thanks for watching. My name is Brendan Plank. See you in the next video.